Hi, my name is Cassidy and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, thanks for stopping by. It is Wordy Writer Wednesday and I just realized I haven't even talked to you guys since literally last Wednesday, so I feel like we have so much to catch up on. I don't even know where to start. So basically last Wednesday, as we talked, it was July 1st and I wrote 741 words and it was just an hour sprint, which is typically my only requirement for Wordy Writer Wednesdays is minimum of an hour putting words on the page, no research, no character development, just getting some words into the manuscript. And I did 741 words that day. And then I did not touch the story again until Sunday. It was holiday weekend, so I wasn't doing anything productive. But I did tell myself on Sunday that I was like, I need to do something because it is my goal to get out at least 2 videos out a week. And I was like, I got nothing. So I ended up doing the ASMR, just writing 60 minutes. I wasn't feeling super chatty. My social battery was pretty low from a great weekend, and so but I still wanted to be productive in at least an hour. So I, after chatting with a friend, I decided to kind of mix it up a little bit and doing just the, writing with me and having like a lo-fi keyboard ASMR type thing. So thanks Jay for the little push and the encouragement of that. So I do appreciate that. And just a thing, like I am not into ASMR at all, like the whole finger tapping on products and all of that, like that's never, I don't love it. However, I do love my clacky keyboard. So I don't know if that makes me a hypocrite or not, but that is something I do love. And I figured with some of that lo-fi, it kind of was like a nice balance between it. So that was just kind of something new to try out. And I'm sure I'll do more in the future for the days where my social battery isn't in, but I still wanted to get some work done. So I did create like a new playlist strictly for that, where like if you're listening or just wanting to listen, if you're studying, cleaning, whatever, you can just put it on. And it's probably only going to be like typically an hour. When I was editing, I made sure it was like strictly an hour. And then when I uploaded it to YouTube, I saw it was like 1 millisecond. And that crushed me. I was like, it is not 60 minutes even. And I hated that. And I was like, I am not going to be re-uploading this. It's no. So I have no idea where that millisecond came from, because that was not there when I pre-uploaded the video, so no idea. But yeah, so I obviously need to talk about Sunday and how that went. That was an hour session and it went really well. I ended up writing 1,115 words, which is above my 800 an hour average. So I was cooking. I am still on chapter 12. This is the chapter that's like post escape. It's kind of, there's some things that are still ongoing, and it's been one that I've been like slowly chipping away at, and I'm hoping today I will be able to finish this chapter and be able to move on from that. I feel like I've been working on it for the last 3 days, but things have been in general slower writing wise, which is fine, comes with the season, and it was a holiday weekend, so I was just still trying to put something down. And before I get into this week, I did want to do our typical averages, or just how many words I wrote from Monday to Sunday last week. And so this includes Monday, Wednesday, and then the Sunday. So only 3 writing days last week. And I hit 3,556 words, which is about where I've been hitting, which I think is what I was saying, like 3,500 to 5,000 words a week, which is great. And all in all, including my recent writing session, I am sitting at 28,038 words. So this week I'm certainly going to be hitting 30,000 words, which is great. So I think you're up to speed on everything since last Wednesday. aside from this week and everything with the ASMR video. So we'll see how that all goes. It's a little different, and I am thinking, side tangent, I am thinking of like changing up my upload schedules. My Monday videos are just not doing well, and I'm thinking it's just because everyone's going back to work. It's probably getting absolutely pushed down in the algorithm because I'm sure everyone else is also uploading on Monday. So I think I'm going to try for a Sunday afternoon, the latest. We'll see. I am going to have to change up my writing schedule a little bit, but it's going to be a test I'll try out for the next couple weeks just to see how it does, because I'm keeping my Friday uploads because those videos seem to do really well. So I'm really reluctant to change the days on that. But I'm like, I don't know when everyone's typically watching videos. So I feel like it's kind of just a gamble in general. But this is something I'm going to try. I'm going to try and keep my Friday, try for Sunday, see how Sunday does. If I need to switch up my whole, schedule in terms of maybe doing a Tuesday upload instead or something, like I'll do that. But I figure I'd try this now, and it'll be something that's still easy relatively to maintain. Without burning me out if I do this new schedule. So we'll see how it goes. So with all that said, for this week, I did not write on Monday like I usually do. I just really was not feeling it, and the evening kind of just got away from me. So I wrote yesterday, which is not typical for me. I wrote it on my lunch break, and I wrote 468 words. It was slow moving. It was very slow moving. I'm kind of just in like this weird part of this chapter where nothing is totally happening, but it's building up to like the next scene. And so it's just like I'm having to describe a lot of things, and I'm in a new area, so I have to like actually flesh out the details of what that area looks like and how to describe it and make sure it actually makes sense. And all of that. So it's been a little bit slower because it's not as clear cut. Like I don't have like the foundation of the area set in stone like I did with the first area that this whole first portion of my book was taking place. So it's a new area I'm still developing and making sure like the distance makes sense and the traveling makes sense and all of the stuff where it's not unbelievable. So it's been slow moving, but again, I've been working on this chapter since Sunday. No, I've been working on this chapter since last Wednesday. So this will be my 4th writing session on this chapter. This current chapter is 2,324 words long. And again, I'm hoping I can finish it out tonight. So we'll see. I'm only planning on doing an hour tonight. I should be able to finish it. I feel like I'm like right there about to finish this chapter. So I just need a little bit more time. So yeah, as I was saying, I wrote yesterday, Tuesday, which I typically am not doing just because it's my training day, and I usually just kind of keep my bandwidth for work and training, and then like Monday and Wednesdays are more of my writing day. With my new schedule, I'm planning on writing Fridays, trying to be a little bit more disciplined about Fridays because I have not wrote on a Friday yet, really. Like that's been my day that I am typically just taking completely off. But I'm kind of wondering if maybe I just do another hour on Friday and then either have Sunday completely off, or maybe if I'm feeling inspirational, like write on Sunday if I'm feeling crazy about it. But I do like having just one day completely off from all my hobbies, essentially. So we'll see what this new schedule does. So it's a little bit of a trial error for this next couple weeks. You gotta get some data, a little R&D. So yeah, I think that is it. So again, 28,000 words right now, should be hitting 30,000 this weekend or by this weekend. I really don't see a reason why I wouldn't be able to, and should be finishing this chapter 12 tonight. So that is my plan, and I'm sure we'll talk more in just a little bit. So talk soon. It's later. All right, it is currently 8:46. I did my hour of writing like 2 hours ago, but I wanted to just give you a little update. Chapter 12 is done. How did it go? It went okay. I totaled at 3,064 words for chapter 12. I felt like I was kind of getting lost in the descriptions a little bit. Like I did, like subconsciously, I do kind of felt like I was like, okay, just like get on with it. But I felt like I needed to just kind of slow my roll in general. But I'm kind of wondering if I got a little too slow. Like I kind of got lost in the sauce of describing a lot more than actually like trying to show instead of tell. But again, I kind of think that just correlates with just being in a new area and just trying to provide some context of where Celia is at right now. So again, and it's just like fighting the urge to go back and change things, because again, like that is a second draft cast problem. I don't love my writing in this chapter, but that's okay. That's a second draft problem. I do think for chapter 13, I do need to kind of get like review the outline again. I have an idea of what I want to do. I just don't know if it will happen in chapter 13 or if it's going to be 14. Yeah, I think I'm going to review the outline tomorrow, probably like on my lunch break or whatever, like giving myself some homework, review the outline, and then just doing like bullet points of like, this happens, this happens, this happens. So I have like a chain of events that will happen in said chapter. Because that worked really well for the second half of my escape that happened. And I think I just need to do that again. And identify like what descriptions and what areas that I really kind of want to focus on. Because I need to also, again, just trust the reader that she'll that they'll get what I'm trying to say and what the world is looking like by providing context and details, not all up front, like as they continue forward. So that's been a thing for me on this chapter. And again, just try not to get too hung up on it. Like it's not going to be pretty this first time. Just got to get the story out and then we'll fine tune it the next couple revisions as well. So happy chapter 12 is done. And another thing I was thinking of when I was doing some of the B-roll stuff is I was like, I kept thinking about my ASMR video where when I was editing it, you could tell I was like side-eyeing the camera, like giving major side-eye. And mostly it was just because I was worried, like, what if it wasn't recording? Or, for example, like on the keyboard shots, my keyboard was so bright, it was causing it to get really fuzzy. And I didn't notice that for a little bit. So once I noticed that, I started like looking at the camera more often. But when you look at the video, you'll see me just like give hella side eye. And I'm like, so that was just running through my head when I was running B-roll. I was like, don't look at the camera. Don't look at the camera. It's running. It's running. Don't look at the camera. And so I was just thinking about that randomly, but so that was fun. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say. We caught up on a lot of things as of late. I again plan on tomorrow going through my chapter 13 outline, what things I want to do, create bullet points of events and any additional descriptions I want to add or really like emphasize for that chapter, and figuring out the start stop points of said chapter. Because now that I kind of got like this bridging chapter 12 done between the escape and where I want to go next, again, not a huge fan. I feel like partway through this chapter I was like, and maybe it's just also that I was kind of like working on this for 4 sessions, like I'm just over this chapter and it doesn't feel like it flows as well because I've done a lot of start and stops in it. So maybe that's my issue with it, but again, I'm not going to really reread it or anything. That's a future self problem. So we'll see what future cast says about chapter 12. But yeah, I'm not loving it, but that's okay. Not every chapter is gonna be great. So I'm going to just try and set myself up for success on chapter 13 on key points that I want to hit and try to be a little bit more direct and not getting so descriptive, telling you what's going on versus trying to show you what's going on. And I know a lot of that is just going to come with time and practice, but that is something I'm trying to be mindful of and trying to implement as I go on, to build up like that skill. So we'll see. But my overall total right now is 28,778 words. So there is literally no reason why I can't hit 30,000 words in the next like writing session or two. So that's going to be exciting. I'm very excited to hit that milestone. So yeah, so that is it for this vlog. So if you've been enjoying what you've been seeing and would like to continue to follow along, please like and subscribe. I would so appreciate it. And I hope to see you guys all in the next one. Love you. See you. Bye.